russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. We're watching last night's show. Can somebody tell me what do they want us to talk about based on last night's show? What are we supposed to have a conversation about after 2.5 hours of last night's show? What exactly are we supposed to be talking about? Because first of all, bro, we said this again weeks ago. Okay, bro, we're going to have Happy Bailey at the beginning of the match, Crazy Bailey at the end of the match, Happy Bailey at the beginning of the match. So now we've done that for 3 weeks in a row, and we're going to continue to do that for months in a row, and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. So, okay, guys, we get it. What's next? Nothing. I personally was so confused. What the frig was going on with Roman Reigns and the Usos? Is there heat there? I don't even know what's going on with their dialogue. I don't even know what these freaking guys are talking about. Then we've got LA Knight and Punk. Are they in a match at Crown Jewel? I don't. Is Punk on Crown Jewel? And where's AJ Lee? Seriously, bro, can I tell you what I was mesmerized by on last night's show? The only thing I could not take my eyes off of, when Hamin was standing on the ring apron, the size of that thing hanging off his neck. Like I'm looking at Hamin and this freaking, I don't even know what this thing is. And I'm like, bro, how do you look in the mirror every single day and not want to do something about whatever this tumor is hanging from the bottom of your chest? That was the only thing that was interesting to me. Bro, I don't even know what's going on watching this show. I don't even get it. So Seth Rollins is having a conversation with Hamin that if he loses, then Heyman's going to have to reevaluate the situation. Can you guys please try to explain to me what am I supposed to be getting out of any of this? Seriously, is there something I'm missing? Is there an angle I'm not getting or I'm not understanding? I'm just sitting here and watching 2.5 hours of nonsense. It's nonsense. It means nothing. It's going nowhere. Please.
I think it's important. I think it's important to go back to the series that you just did with a bunch of special guests. I was happy to be on the final episode with you for Unreal. And in those meetings where it's all about we're going to peel back the curtain or we're going to peel back the curtain. And Triple H is sitting there going, well, where does that leave Roman when they decide to go another way and bury him? He was right at that point. They chose a road with the roadmap that leaves him out in the dust. And now look at what he's got in this scene work where Jimmy and Jay are now equals because they were main event while he was off the road and they don't want to be like him. And they're all arguing and smiling in weird ways. Is that the way brothers ever interact? Like real brothers interact? No. There's definitely got to be some type of relationship that's gone back to, I want to play with that toy, but I'm older than you and this is mine. And instead, we have no relationship like that whatsoever between them. And they're in pretty good shape, most of them. Every main event guy is wearing a t-shirt in the main event like they're a fat indie worker. I'm going, what is going on with these guys, trying to look like superstars? It looks like they're just showing up for practice before the show. It's not like it's even the real show. So and on Unreal, they're all praising, the Lord, because the Lord speaks through Michael Hayes to give these brilliant storylines. But that storyline with Hamin turning was their brainchild. Now on camera, we are doing damage control for the bad work that we did. Why would anybody who's got a new manager that's their wise man who's then going, I'm going to have to rethink this. Where's the trust between them now? We're already not even teasing. We're saying, all right, there's no trust. They're splitting and going off. That's putting a Band-Aid on a broken leg. That's not a real turn in the story to me. Like, they know they've up again. Now we have to pivot. They blew John Cena's heel turn, had no idea where they wanted to go. Well, they all went like this. They did the same thing with Seth. No place to go. They've lowered the value of Braun Steiner, who should be way higher up in value. They're not doing a good job.
Well, at least AJ, Stevie, said last night that our match doesn't need a story. At least AJ kind of admitted it. I mean, that was a highlight for me. Stevie, I got to ask you, when you watch this stuff, like, and the show is over, like, do you have any takeaway whatsoever?
Only time in my life, I would say. That's the only thing that's been taken away from me. Go ahead, Ben. What were you going to say?
Yeah, just real quick, because you said AJ, and I had forgotten about this until right now. When they're doing the shitty six last night after 3 girls matches, AJ's about to talk on the mic, and they cut him off with Judgment Day's music. AJ goes, motherfucker, what the like, in a very kind of shoot way that wasn't like, oh, Dominic and I have had a big feud and his music's cutting me off. Then you just be like, oh, this kid, I can't stand him. You know what I mean? You'd be acting wise. To me, that, and maybe you guys can go back and watch them and leave your opinions, you know, in the comments where I won't read them. Was he supposed to have like a minute or 2 minute promo? They went over it in the back, and as soon as he gets the mic, Gorilla hits the music and cuts him off, because that motherfucker, when he laid it out, seemed very not in the scene with Dominic, but shoot with something else in the back. I don't know. Did you guys catch any of that or no?
Stevie?
Well, I mean, what does that mean after the match, that the time that he was given 2 promos? That's what doesn't add up, because the promo afterwards meant something to promote Crown Jewel, which is not in Saudi Arabia, which is a weird.
Was it supposed to be on the front end and he just went into biz for himself at the end?
They stayed with him, though. They could have cut the commercial right afterwards.
Yeah,
you know,
and it just seems
WWE.com or something. They kept it on Raw, which leads me to believe that he lied. This is the thing, though. You watch it and then you instantly forget it. Yeah. I remember more about just watching the NFL highlights than watching the whole thing of Raw. That's the weird part.
Does that seem way out of, like, because AJ's
never cursed,
an A+ pro? Yeah, like,
we would say frick, and then we would make fun of him for not wanting. You know, he was right. I mean, with my show now, I don't curse. I try not to curse. It's better to get a point across. But if you're saying he said the full MF word,
yeah, oh, he did, and it seemed not in.
No, that's not AJ. I mean, that's really not him. And if they told him to do that, he would almost be like, I don't. What kind of example does that set for kids or even my kids watching?
Yeah.
But that, you know AJ better than both of us, Vince. You know how much he wouldn't.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's not AJ at all.
That seemed like when they did Mark Henry wrong and he was hot. You know what I mean? That's what I thought of. And there's other examples of this in the last weeks. I know we got a show to talk about, but these are the things I'm going, The unreal stuff is where they said Roman's going to be left with his dick in his hand. Now you're seeing the fallout of that. The no Rock, Cena back to t-shirt sales, gets beaten by Brock out of nowhere. What kind of call is that? No story for this, and they're just cutting AJ off in the ring.
What about the fact that we're heading into Survivor Series, which is basically a pay-per-view where everybody needs to work together to some extent? Yet what we saw on Raw is nobody's getting along. Like, if nobody's getting along, usually that's reserved for people either out of nowhere, a turn like Sean and Marty at the barbershop, or it builds. But now they're pulling this, and they pull this rabbit out of their hat probably 3 to 4 times a year, where it seems like the whole roster's not getting along. Yeah. Therefore, it's all glossed over. And like Vince said, I can't even. Why is Hamin and Rollins not getting along? Why are the Usos not getting along?